Welcome to the Anything Goes podcast. I am your host, Kombat AllStar, and today we're going to be talking about PlayStation Neo. Now, if you guys haven't heard, from multiple sources, it's already been leaked or released or whatever you want to call it, but it's pretty official that PlayStation is going to be releasing a new PlayStation that's going to be coming out this year, and the code name is Neo. And what it is exactly is basically a beefier PS4. So I wrote a few notes and I got a few specs of from what I'm hearing. So I kind of let you know what it is exactly first, and then I'll kind of give my thoughts on it. So and this won't make a lot of sense to a lot of people, a lot of console gamers, but to those out there who do upgrading PCs or have a Steam machine, this will make a lot of sense and you'll understand what's going on. So for the original PS4, it has 8 Jaguar cores at 1.6 gigahertz. That's the CPU. The GPU is AMD GCN 18 CUs at 100 megahertz. And then the memory is actually 8 gigabytes with GDDR5, 176 gigabytes a second. So that's what the PS4 is now. And we all know that when it launched, it was really old tech, really underpowered. Same thing with Xbox. It's just that stuff is kind of a joke, and it already is underpowered. I mean, the previous generations, when they came out, the PlayStation or the Xbox, they were up to par. But then technology changes rapidly, and as it is with everything tech, it just gets old really quick. So this is the first generation where it was really behind the curve, and now they're trying to I guess beef it up and make sense. Let me continue with the Neo before I get too ahead of myself here. So the PlayStation Neo that's going to be coming out, looks like this holiday season, is actually 8 Jaguar cores at 2.1 gigahertz. Like I said, the original PS4 was 8 Jaguar cores at 1.6 gigahertz, so that's a huge difference. Also, the GPU for this one is an improved AMD GCN 36 CUs at 911 megahertz. So already that's a big deal. That's over 100 megahertz more, and the CUs, I mean, it's go from 18 to 36, another huge deal. The memory is pretty much the same, but it runs a little faster. So you still got 8 gigabytes GDDR5 for both the Neo and the PS4, but you have 208 gigabytes a second for the Neo and 176 gigabytes for the original PlayStation. So those of you who aren't into tech, what does this mean? This basically means this is going to be a vast increase in performance. It's going to be a noticeable difference as far as frame rate and as far as visually. PlayStation has also said that they don't want, for all the games that are coming out November on, every game is required to have a Neo option and base option. So what these options are is basically kind of, if you're familiar with PC, basically bumping up the specs. So if I have a PlayStation Neo, I get a game, I boot it up, I click on the Neo option, I want to have a greater visual experience than I would on a PS4. So why this is such a big deal, like I said before, both consoles, this 8th generation, they were really behind the curve. So I know Microsoft already announced that they're going to be doing some upgradable stuff, and PlayStation is just going to come out with this new console. And my thoughts on that are I feel kind of funny about it, because I feel like if you bought a PS4, you kind of feel like you got gypped or ripped off, even though it's not going to be anything different than just visually looking better. But I mean, if you're playing a game, especially like fighting games or racing games or shooters, online shooters, this stuff matters, especially the frame rate. It matters a big deal. It's a difference between shooting someone with a headshot and getting shot in the back. So big difference, and it's a really big deal. So like I said, I don't think this is such a good idea, because like I said, I feel like if you have a PS4, you feel like you're going to get gypped. You got to go out and buy this brand new console, and it's just ridiculous. I hate the idea. It's a cool, for people who don't have the PlayStation 4, it's awesome, because now you can go out there and actually get the better stuff. But for people who already who already have, or actually who already have the PlayStation, it's bad because now you got to shell out another $400. So I don't know. That's just, to me, I would rather take the Microsoft approach where, Phil Spencer said, about a month ago that there's going to be, as far as gaming, Xbox One is it. They're not coming out with any more consoles. It's going to be upgradable. So if I need, a new CPU or a new GPU, then I can just buy from the Microsoft Store or buy from maybe GameStop will carry it and just kind of slip it out, slip it in. Kind of what you do with a Mac. You just kind of unplug things back up. It's easy and you're up with the time. So you spend a little bit of money here and there. It is costly, but in the long run, you're saving a lot of money. Instead of going out and spending $400 on a brand new console, you can go ahead and spend $100 on a brand new part and then have something that's comparable or the same. So, yeah, I mean that's I think that's a better idea. I think that's a better way to go about it. I'm not sure how people are going to take it. I don't know what their logical was behind this. I mean, they gotta have known that people were going to be a little upset about this. I mean, PlayStation, the highest selling console of all time. PlayStation and Xbox are actually killing their predecessors, so they're doing it. They're doing it big. So for the world essentially to have a PS4 already and then come up with another console that's going to be more powerful than it, it's little. I don't know. I don't know if it's a slap in the face. I don't know. I mean, the games on the PS4 already look amazing. And if you have a console, you're not really into all this stuff. You're not really into the tech stuff. You don't care about, GPUs and CPUs and memories and gigabytes a second. All you care about is a good-looking game that runs well. Now, if you're a PC guy, you go and you build your rig and everything, and you spend money for better sound, for better visuals. You spend money for all that. So you want to be able to see that when you play your game. So if I'm playing the new Mortal Kombat or whatever, Serious Sam or BioShock Infinite, if I play any of those games, I want to be able to have a noticeable difference than I would on the console because I'm paying for it. So this may appeal to people that are into building their own rigs. This may appeal to people that just want better graphics or everything. But I'm not quite sure how successful it's going to be, just because the PlayStation 4 has done so well, and there's already so many PlayStation 4s in people's homes. And, consoles are a lot of money. I mean, at $400, $300, as the years go on, pretty much seems to be the basis. But at $300 to $400, that's a lot of money to drop all at once, and then to go and buy a new library. A lot of this stuff, when you change consoles for a new cycle from the 360 to the Xbox One or to the PS3 to the PS4, I mean, you're losing your entire library. So, I mean, but besides losing your entire library and upgrading to a new console, it's a lot of money. It really is a lot of money to game. So, like I said, I'm on the fence. I don't know. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? I personally think, for the most part, that it's a bad idea, but there could be some pluses to this. I mean, we don't know everything. I'm assuming they're going to announce the PlayStation Neo. And by the way, that's just a code name. So, this name will probably change. So, we'll see what happens at E3 when the Neo comes out, when they announce it, when they show it off. And then we'll see, what the games actually look like. And I mean, from what they're saying, it's just going to be an upgrade, a visual upgrade, and that's it. So there's not going to be any special treatment for anybody who has a Neo over the PS4. So we'll see. And I'm interested to see what Xbox is going to do too, because we already know they've been working on an upgradable Xbox. So we'll see how that goes. The Windows 10 platform is great. I recently got Killer Instinct, and that works well. Gears of War, I'm hearing now works well. So they were off to a rocky start, but it looks like, that Windows 10 platform that they're trying to build, so they can just be essentially Steam and just have upgradable boxes like the Steam machine. It looks like they're well on their way. They're doing a great job, and I don't know. It's interesting. This game cycle is only what, 2-3 years in. So, and already we're talking about upgradable consoles and upgraded versions of the previous consoles. So it is an interesting time. So we'll have to keep our eyes open and see what happens. So yeah, I mean, that's basically my opinion. I want to know what you guys think though. So let me know in the comments what you guys think of the new PlayStation. It's official. I mean, the code name is Neo. We'll see if it changes at E3. And the fact that they're saying that every game after November is going to we're going to be required to have a Neo option. It looks like this thing is going to be out before the end of the year. So I'm kind of excited to see what happens with the Xbox as well as the PS4, because you know Microsoft is not going to have it where PlayStation goes ahead of them and you know, releases this year and they don't. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, guys, that's all I have for you. Like, subscribe, share. The contest is still going on. I'm going to be doing the Kombat AllStar Show actually next week. So I'm going to be shooting it this week, recording next week. I'll be announcing the winner, picking the winner, and then whoever wins gets that free T-shirt. So of course, like, subscribe, share, and until next time, so long, my peeps.